I like things really dirty. Like I really, what attracts me.
That's something that Judie would say.
God, I'm actually turning into Judie. That's the second time I've done that. Ever since.
And speaking of Lee, how is he?
Lee's great.
I think we need a scoreboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go on anyway.
like-
You like a dirty Shan?
But when it comes to the reason I follow most people on social is because of authenticity. My name is Sian Horn. I am the founder of Elite Pilates, the Club Women's Network, a national network for women that work for themselves. I also create content.
My name is Judy Russell. I teach people how to make videos through the Vid Academy, and sometimes I make videos.
My name is Jen, and I am the co-founder of a digital marketing agency called Velocity Growth.
My name is Jay Woodard. I am the founder and creative director of Ad32. We create content for SMEs, corporates, all different kind of products, food, fashion, all that kind of stuff. So it's between photo and video.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Unbranded. I actually don't know what episode this is. What episode is this?
24.
24? Nice.
Episode 24 of Unbranded. I am your host this week, Jay, obviously. Ladies, how are we all doing? All good?
Yeah,
We're all good.
I see a mobile set up here anyway. Judy, if you're not watching, you should watch on YouTube because Judy's in her car and it's an extremely class setup, whatever she's done here.
I have a tripod in front of me with the phone, using the phone as the camera, the Fi-Fi mic. I don't know how that's even sat here, and then the laptop on my thing. Personal hotspot was what I was worried about, but it seems to be okay. I seem to have good enough connection, do I?
I see a big notification that your network is struggling and that your primary upload is slow, but we'll take what we can get.
Great.
But keep going. Judy's she's on the road for a gig. Jen, you're in a makeshift office as well, are you?
I am, yeah. I'm at my friend's house. So as you can see, I've had the green screen up just to get any videos I need to get done for clients. And yeah, I'm in a little makeshift corner. The camera's on like a gift box and my mic is on. I don't know what. I've tried to make a corner.
Is it me or is everyone just really in the last 4 weeks knocked up a gear? It's gotten busier for everyone, I think, is it?
Yeah.
It's intense.
Shan, you hosted like 3 events yesterday, did you?
I can't even talk today. I'm in front of a screen because my house is such a shithole because I haven't been in it for like 2 weeks. And if I could just walk around with this screen and never look at what's behind it, I'd be quite happy. And yes, I finished my 3rd event in 7 days last night. And yeah, I'm knackered.
Fair play. That's crazy. So today's episode, we are going to focus on the quality of content and the idea of content. And because I think we'll all have very different perspectives on this, I think, which I thought would be an interesting topic to chat. And I think this all came about because I think it was, and it wasn't a dig, Jen. It wasn't a sly anything. I just text Jen and I said, where was the microphone during this shot?
Oh, I didn't think it was a dig. I thought it was a compliment.
Okay.
So I've clearly...
I thought it was a compliment too.
It wasn't a dig at all.
I did.
Yeah, no, I was wondering. It wasn't a compliment, but I was just asking whether.
I prefer when
where the
these things go
microphone
right
was.
over my head, it seems.
How are you finding the vlogging? So if those who don't know, Jen is doing 100 days of vlogs.
My main goal is just to get better at it. So it's these learning curves of like, well, shit, I'm at the table eating with my friend. The audio when I listen back, I don't know about you, but the sound of someone eating, no offense, Judy, keep eating that sandwich. This is awful timing. But like proper pasta, like food. I was like, I couldn't even edit it. I was like, I have to get this sound out. But it's things
People
like that.
pay money for that though, don't they? ASMR?
That could have been me. But yeah, it's just the trial and error of every scenario, I guess, is what I'm trying to learn through so that next time I can do it better each time. But yeah, I'm throwing it up whether it works or not. And whether I've
that's the best way to do it.
whether I fucked it up.
Well, I have I have 1 or 2 notes, but we can keep that for the teaching moment if you want.
Sounds good.
Class. So
What do you think, Judy? What do you think, Jude?
Really clear information.
I just had to do that just as she took a biggest mouthful.
So when it comes to content, there's different arguments and different talks about all like what should it be? Should it be run and gun? What works best? Like now they're saying that those edits that you used to do, Jen, the blah, 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 I used to do them as well, like they're trying to catch attention. They're kind of gone by the wayside now again, and people just want realism, they want rawness, they want kind of behind the scenes kind of stuff on social. But Jen, I'll start with you because you're kind of in the midst of it. When you approach a video like a vlog or like client work or stuff, let's start with the vlogs, we'll go with that. What's your initial thought when it comes to content? Is this quality of content? Is it, I need this 4K, I need this colored, I need this, or is it just get it out, go?
I want to learn how to create the best content with the equipment I have. If I can finish an edit at the end of each day and ask myself, what is the one thing I would do better for the next video? Then that's where my head is at for these at the moment. It's a completely different story for my Instagram videos because I have, as Aoife here will attest to, I have a process and it is this, and this. It's like, we record, we edit, it's very specific. It's always done in the same format. And like the likes of Alex Hormozy coming out with all of these slower form. To be honest, at the moment, I tried to watch his last few videos just to see how he transitioned, and I found them painful. I just couldn't watch them.
I think he's a dope. I don't like his stuff at all, to be honest. I think he's trying to jump on this thing that he's trying to coin as a Hormozy. It's like, but this is happening before this ever happened.
Yeah.
This was happening before you would try to jump on it.
Yeah, and it's interesting as well because reflecting back on Mr. Beast's point on the same topic, like the biggest creators in the world are essentially coming out and saying, slow down your content. And then, he puts up a 47-minute video. That's fantastic. 7 days later, he puts up a 10-minute video that is hyped to the absolute max. So there's still a lot of school of thought around it in terms of what's performing. I'm seeing creators say one thing and then sometimes like switching back. Obviously, they're not seeing some of the metrics pick up as quick, but I have seen.
Do you think they're A/B testing?
I think they're A/B testing. I think people are A/B testing at the moment. I am going to stick to my guns temporarily. The reason being is that I'm finding the slower content painful to watch. And I think if you're the only one left with the attention grabbing content, then you've still got the attention. So that's everyone moved to the attention grabbing content. And then everyone was fighting for the attention. And now there's this whole school of thought that people are getting sick of that. And that might be true. But actually what I think is happening is that the platforms are eager to get you to monetize longer form content. So TikTok now will only let you monetize it over a minute. They've opened things up. They're just trying to compete with each other, and how creators make money off the back of it is in length now rather than anything. But I think I'm still in the attention game rather than the monetization via the platform game. So I'm going to hold tough is my 2 cents.
Okay. So just to hone in on the actual quality of your Instagram videos, like you said there, what do you shoot at? Like what camera are you using? What is the frame rate? What's the export?
Jay,
I know we're going to be technical here now.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I want to laugh out loud for that. I love it.
30 frames per second, 1080p is all you need for social, because if you upload it at 4K, it's just going to downgrade it anyway. That is the fact that I know. I've switched to recording everything on this now, except for I'm using the Sony as my webcam. But I find I have this in my pocket all the time now, and I'm finding it great. Aoife here edits my videos now on a weekly basis, except when like a sudden client request comes in. So, for example, today I got a request to get a video out tomorrow, and they were willing to pay a premium for that. So I was like, perfect, and I'll turn it around myself against a green screen. Do I feel jealous then when Aoife's come through? Absolutely. The best question here to ask, actually, because the last 2 weeks of videos that have gone out on my end are Aoife edits, and they on average get about 30% more views than what I was doing previously. So maybe it's a question for Aoife. Aoife, if you don't mind jumping on for like 2 seconds, what do you export my videos at in terms of quality?
Just the standard. I think it's 1080p. But yeah, no, you've got it.
Is it 4K going in? Do you have a 4K going in and then exporting at 1080? Because that's what I would do.
Can check now, actually.
I think there's a school of thought thinking if you put it in at 4K and edit in 4K and export at 1080, it holds the resolution better.
Yeah,
well, I tell you what.
Yeah, no, it is 4K going in.
Okay, and do you
Yeah.
know how it's 4K going in? It's whatever Judy set on my camera the night we recorded live is still my same settings.
It's so funny because that's why I was laughing, because I haven't used a proper DSLR in a couple of years kind of thing. And I was just like, I think Jay came over and he was like, it's the wrong frame rate or something like that. And I was like, fine, I'll change it. And then I was like knee deep in the settings and I was like, and then Jen comes over, she's like, who cares? And I was like, yeah, who does care? And it was like
Jay
cares.
really, it doesn't matter anymore. But back in the day, Jay, we couldn't match 24 with 30 on a timeline. Like you'd have to put it through a handbrake or something like that. Nowadays it's like throw it all into the bucket and see what comes out kind of thing.
I think this just naturally goes at 4K.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you recorded on that
Judy,
this week.
I did.
So I'm really interested to see how that works out now. It looks really good and it sounds really good.
It might blow your laptop up a small bit more and storage wise, but c'est la vie, as they say in France.
My hometown.
Judy, thank you, Aoife. I appreciate that. Yeah, hometown. Judy, when you're doing is there certain settings you go to for either coaching or for social? Obviously, you do YouTube. Is it 4K and then edit 1080p out, or what's the crack? And then if it is for client work, what's the story?
Well, with I always record in 4K 30 frames per second for social. And then when I do it in Premiere Pro, what I love about it is I can punch in 50%. So I can get a shot that I don't love the composition when I'm filming it, but then I can mess around with how I frame it in Premiere Pro. With CapCut, it just takes it in. And then if I scale it up, it reduces the resolution. It just magnifies the pixels. So I have to be kind of conscious of who I'm recording and what I'm doing. But my thing at the moment, so I'm on this project, it's a political campaign for 2 months and it's intense. It is, I'm probably, do you know what I'm doing, Jen? I'm doing the 100-day video challenge, but for someone else. So I'm probably creating a reel a day, but I much rather it being someone else. Also, what I much rather about this is that I'm logged into all of their social media accounts. So I get to check social media all the time, but it's not my own accounts. So I don't feel as septic and checking my channels. I'm checking someone else's channel. So I'm like, this is better. And also I get a spend for meta ads, which I have never had before. So this totally changes. I've put €20 on a boost and stuff like that, but now I've got real money. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I'm suffering from decision paralysis with that. There's so many
Judy,
questions.
just pencil in time with me. Just do
hard.
the hour with me tomorrow, for God's sake.
I'm doing it. I didn't want to annoy you, to be honest. I know
You're
I'm
not
just
annoying me. I've told you to.
Do
you know what's more annoying is that I've had to tell you 12 times to put the time in and I see no time in my calendar.
I'm so clingy and annoying. I will be on to you for sure. Yeah, absolutely. But I know that doesn't answer your question, Jay, but right now I'm in kind of the mode of if the camera's on, don't care. Just I'll fix it in post.
But did the client give you a brief of what they want, or was that you saying I want to shoot it at 24p or 30p, 1080 or what? Was there a brief there for you?
No, it's once it looks good on their Instagram, nobody cares. Okay. Do you know that kind of way? Yeah.
Okay. And then Shan, other side of it all, you're happy just to.
I just went into my camera to check my settings. So apparently my iPhone 15 is telling me that I shoot it in 4K at 30 FPS.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Frames per second.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's just when you post that to Instagram, it will downgrade it somewhat, but that's fine.
Yes, but I shouldn't be at 24 FPS or 60 FPS.
30 is kind of the one for social. That's kind of the standard one for social media. 24 is what I shoot it at because it's a small bit more cinematic. There's a bit more motion blur to it.
So, and then when I'm actually videoing these days, I do lots of different things. So actually I did a reel that went up this morning. I think hopefully you will look. I was trying to take everything you guys are telling me on board. I thought I was quite proud of myself. So I did it in cinematic and I pressed a little flower at the top and I did it at 5.6 and I got my tripod ready and I didn't just throw the phone in front of my face. I actually made a video because the rest of the time,
well done.
Let's be honest, I just turn the camera on and just talk. That's what I do. But the one thing I would say is I don't think short form has disappeared. I don't think the catch and close has disappeared. And actually I sent Jen a platform that I've been following for a very long time, but she just exploded in the last 2 weeks and has gone from like a few thousand to 79,000. Moira Geary, she's a great coach. And actually, she let me coach her when I was training to be a coach, and she's fab. But she is that short form, quick. Now, she's given amazing information. And I think that's really important. Just like Jen, hers works because actually in that short, sharp piece, I've always got some amazing information.
So when I shoot for social these days, if I'm doing a story, I shoot on the camera mode and then upload to Instagram. I think the quality is much better. If you see these creators who go traveling and stuff, it's all shot like that. And they're turning the phone around. They're not looking at the screen, the front camera. They're looking at the back camera. They're getting that top quality. You don't do that, Shanda. You go straight to the front facing camera and...
No, I do both, actually. I do both. But I do find it really hard for back facing, just because I don't have... Now, I've worked that out recently as well, actually, because I've got my old phone. So I've been connecting, because where I was getting trouble was, oh God, I'm not in the right place, and going back and forth. But now I link the phones up so I can see myself. So I've been doing a bit of both.
Do you want to tell people how you do that? Link up or...
Oh yeah, so
is it you screen share, is it?
Yeah, I screen share. So just as if you were screen sharing to your TV at home. So you put your finger in the top right-hand corner of your phone and you swipe down, and then all the boxes come up, and it's the 2 boxes. And if you press that, then I can link it to my laptop, to my other phone, to my iPad. It just gives me a bit of confidence, actually. I'm sure
that's a great life hack, Jen. That's brilliant, because like I do it through a different software that's actually very. It takes ages for me to do. I never actually thought about doing it that way. So thank you, great tip.
Well, it was actually try and test in YouTube. I've got about 48 different YouTubes of me trying to sit in a chair and my head be in the right place, and then I was like, oh my God, like, why don't you just put my laptop there and watch my laptop? But then I was like, actually, I haven't traded in my phone. So I've got the 2 phones now, and that's made a massive difference.
Do you know what I do?
Because
if you open
your watch.
Yeah, if you open the camera app on your phone, and if you happen to have an Apple Watch, it'll just let me just.
I remember you sent that to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see you guys there now on the screen.
Class.
From my back
camera.
Yeah, from my back camera.
That's the only reason I'd get an Apple Watch.
Well, I was just going to say, I've been thinking about it since you said that to me, because I was talking about the dilemma of not putting myself in the right place, and you text me that, Jen, and I was thinking, I don't have an Apple Watch, but actually I would be tempted to get one now.
Just get the old Apple Series 3. They don't update it anymore. You can't really use it for anything else, but like they're down, like you can grab one for £100 easy, if not less, online somewhere, because they're not updated by them anymore, but they still have the camera feature.
Okay. Tip.
Can you hear the rain? Jen, it's like plummeting rain. Can you hear it?
No.
Oh, wild. This mic is so good. Sorry.
I have to get one for my house. I do. Send me on the details, would you? And your affiliate link.
Sure.
Jen, what pisses you off about content and the quality of content? Is there anything that kind of stands out to you? Sometimes you're watching and going, what the fuck is this?
I have never really had an eye for the quality of content, with the exception of when it's in an ad environment. And in the last year and a half, the ad environment has significantly changed, where we have actually specifically requested lower quality from videographers. Shakiness, we've asked them to take out stabilization. We've asked them to remove typical high quality features because it underperforms against your return on ad spend pretty consistently. So we specifically request the opposite right now for ads. I'm not a videographer, so like the early videos of me on Instagram, I guess I would classify them as like the videos I put out early on are amateurish in nature, but the format worked well enough for me to grow. And now that Aoife's doing them, there is a better slickness to them. And Aoife's really good because I've gotten stuff back and I'm like, oh, I can hear the sound effects she's using. I can see the transitions she's changing to. And I've actually learned so much just from putting up Aoife's edits of my content, because now when I have to flip something around in 24 hours and can't ship it over in time for the next batch, then I can make a special effort to make it 10% better than what I was doing before, at least. So that's some way there.
Yeah, nice. Shan? Anything that stands out to you that pisses you off about quality content or quality of, like, is there anything you've seen what the feck is that? Why would you post that? Or do you think just get it out there?
Oh, do you know, I actually don't know. There's loads of stuff I see that goes, oh my God, why are you doing that? But to me, like, I'm a bit, I like things really dirty. Like what attracts me.
That's something that Judie would say.
God, I'm actually turning into Judie. That's the second time I've done that. Ever since.
And speaking of Lee, how is he?
Please, great.
I think we need a scoreboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go on anyway. You like a dirty Shan?
I don't like, and it's weird because like in my house, if I was designing something, I like clean lines and I like everything to be flush and look really clean and tidy. But when it comes to the reason I follow most people on social is because of authenticity. So if someone actually is too shiny, that makes me feel awful about myself. So I just turn them off. So yeah, I like just raw footage, keeping it simple. I like anything that looks like I could try it or do it. Anything that's too far out of my reach, I get scared of.
You know what? There's an interesting thing that someone said to me recently where it was like, if you can make your content, even if it's like, this goes for both the aesthetic and the information in the content specifically, where it looks aspirational yet achievable. That's your sweet spot. So the information should be just a touch out of reach, but also very achievable, drive someone. And then the same should be true for the aesthetic. But in the same breath, I just have such an appreciation for what I feel like Judie and Jay, what you do is like an art compared to what I do. But in the same breath, I still have to get content out and I just don't have the same skill set.
Yeah. But I think it's knowing that what you do is that, there's a big difference between a professional and a non-professional here. Do you know what I mean? Like I aspire to do what you do. And it is things like, I've just had to go into my phone and look at what I never changed that settings. I would have only changed those settings because at some point one of you has given me that information and advice. So that brings me a little step closer to, I made the effort to make this video this morning for this. I wouldn't have done that 6 months ago, but it's like, I'm actually interested now. I want to see how to make it a little bit better. Have I got time to do that every day? Because it's not my full-time job. No, I don't. But I really appreciate it. And I love to have the information to give it a go and see how it works out.
Do you know what you said there though about like
this big difference? Continue with it. Sorry, go on, Judie.
No, do you know what I'm just thinking is like the gap between professionals and non-professionals. I genuinely think that the gap is getting narrower and narrower. And I almost think like, what is a profession back in the day? Like, I don't know, like putting scripts together on stone, right? That might have been reserved for one person. And now we all write on paper. And I think that video is like that too. I think it's a life skill that everyone is going to have to learn. Obviously, there'll still be the Jays of the world who will just do a better job and that kind of way. But like, I still think that like that gap is narrowing. And as you said, Jen, overproduced content underperforms. So even the market wants that to happen too, which is very interesting.
It's absolutely mental because actually keep an eye out for it is a sponsored post I'm doing tomorrow for Hey Jen. This podcast will be out afterwards, so I don't mind saying it. But the feature that I'm showcasing tomorrow is you take the link for your product, you drop it in, it writes a script based on the landing page. You pick the avatar, and you'd swear to God that it looks so good. Like the lip syncing is perfect. The audio, I would say, is 98% 99.9% there in terms of like that, you know, that touch of AI that you can hear sometimes. And you could drop in your link and ship out 100 ads in a given time. And you can even just create an instant avatar of yourself to run the ads with.
My God, I'm so
Wow.
excited.
Unbelievable.
I know.
So you drop in the link
Class,
and it's like everything done. Script, video, everything. And that's just like the avatar stuff is really interesting. But I mean, the other side of this is that like how much of our content is just going to be Sora this time next year.
Mhm.
Yeah. Judy, what pisses you
that's
off
where-
about this kind of stuff?
Sorry.
No, go on, Shane. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, but that's where I think actually the authentic, bit messy stuff doesn't lose out, because when we start using more of these kind of platforms, you know, my avatar's always going to look great. You know, that's how I.
Yeah.
But I have no doubt, and I've been thinking about this a lot, where what if I make my avatar be a little bit more organic? What if there is what if I tell it to the simple mistakes to make? What if I train it around what aesthetically is that? Or there is an argument where you could train the model to be organically aesthetic in the same breath, which will be an interesting slice on it over time as
Put
well.
a spot on
That's
my
just a
left
tangent.
cheek today.
Yeah. Oozing.
Yeah. Go on, Judy. What pisses you off about this kind of content or quality of content? Sorry.
No, honestly, the only thing that pisses me off about anything is a dirty lens. Like, I just want everyone in the world to receive a government supported lens cloth, so that, and I do it too. Like, I'm filming something and I'm like, why does this look so bad? And then I rub it off my leg, which is the worst thing ever. And then I put it up again and I'm like, new camera, amazing. So that's it. It's always filthy with your hands and your bag and everything like it. So you have to constantly keep cleaning the lens. So I wonder, is there a solution for that? Alcohol rubs or something?
I have like it's actually inside the lens. I have like a tiny, like a dirt stain or something that must have been condensation or something. So I have to send my lenses off to actually get professionally cleaned and taken apart bit by bit.
Oh.
So I haven't, it just, what it means is me in post having to clean that bit up. And it's just only I notice it. The client hasn't noticed it, this kind of stuff. So it works. But I think for me, what pisses me off of the content is when people don't consider sound. Sound is more important in content than video is, in my opinion. Like, sound is 65 to 70% more important, because you can watch a bad video with good sound, but you can't watch a good video with bad sound. Plain and simple, you turn it off. Your brain can't comprehend it. You're like, nope, I'll turn it off, because our mind works. So we're watching something, but we're hearing perfectly. We can picture it in our head. But if I'm watching a video and they're talking, but it's all like bad, I can't. You get muffled and you're like, nah, done. So a lot of people use bad sound. A lot of people don't. They'll invest in these huge cameras, but use the onboard mic, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's just, that's what I would reiterate with that, is just get a good mic, get a good sound set up, and just, you're laughing then. DJI, what Jen has, the new one.
Yeah, the little DJI mic is actually quite good, but what I'd love to pick your brain on is I've had 2 instances of this, like, what I don't want to say failing on me. Obviously, it was user error, but I'll blame this for now to make myself feel better.
It
One is
glitches
like
sometimes. It does glitch sometimes.
Does it? Oh, maybe that's it. So actually, the built-in camera or the built-in microphone in this isn't shabby. In the Pocket, but the mic that comes with it, obviously you just turn it on and it just instantly is connected to it. But 2 instances when I'm outside and it's anyway windy, this is like it's just like a crazy noise coming into it.
Did you get a dead cat for the top of it? The fluffy thing?
So
that will stop all that. So if you put that on top of that, it should screw in just gently. It looks like a little furry thing, a little fur ball. You put that on, it kills all wind.
Okay, I don't think it came with the new one, but I definitely have it on my old one. This came with this, whereas I actually had this bought previously before, but this is the newer one. But yeah, I'll put that on
dead
it.
cat.
That's a great
It's
tip.
ironic. It's funny.
Yeah.
And it just kills all the
sound. The camera there as well. Yeah. They're
yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know, because I often wondered what they were, but I just assumed it was just picking up a crisper sound, but I didn't think it was actually the wind and all of that kind of external noise that it was cleaning up. And then the other thing that I wanted to pick your brain on really quickly before we jump in, or we might be jumping into this and teach me something new. I'll actually shut up for a minute.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, this next anyway. So teach me something anyway. Go on.
How would you have gone about the video that I put out yesterday, where me and my friend Alish were vlogging on camera, talking to each other, but eating at the same time? Now, there could be 101 different scenarios where like you're doing any activity at the same time, where you still sound weird without the background noise, but you know that you'll drive someone insane with the sound of eating. Like the balance of like the activity with the audio of someone talking.
I think it's balance really. If you're like, you kind of pull the mic away. Like how I would have shot the thing, just my note on that, what you said, because you have another DJI mic, don't you?
Yeah.
So what I would have done there for the best quality sound I would have had Alish have the other one and press the record on that one and record to the actual microphone and handheld the microphones, because it was too far away. And I was kind of, I actually turned my TV up. I turned my TV up to like 40 or 50 to hear your conversation. No, it worked. I had to do was turn it up. But as I was saying there, the sound of the quality is, I want to hear that quality. And I know you're saying the eating. So how I would do it is, if Alish is talking, she's not going to be on. So that's when you would kind of put the microphone away and eat. Like it's kind of a dance, really, is how it would have to be if you're doing it in the moment. Where if you want to record something, just don't eat. If you want to do it, if it's that important to you, like, then, you know what I mean? Just don't eat. Do it after. Have a coffee or something. Is how I would do it. But I think use the second microphone in those scenarios, because people will, because then you could clip that as well in Opus or whatever you use for the two of you talking heads and stuff, you know?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
When I was in video college, this guy came in for a week to teach us about writing and scripting. And he was like quite well known now in the writing for Irish TV kind of arena. But he was like terrifying. Like he'd just start roaring at you in the middle of anything. And I remember, I think someone wrote like, the couple are sitting down to have dinner. He's like, why would they eat? Why would you have them eating? Nobody wants to see anybody eat. Ever since then, I'm like, I just had a sandwich on camera, but I'm almost terrified of writing any scenes where people have food in their mouth, because it was just so like, oh God, okay, fine, sorry. People cried.
Was it one of you saying this to me or someone else, where I think it's Brad Pitt is one of the only people who makes a point of trying to eat something in every movie they do just because of this thing, and that he I don't know, I can just eat on Brad Pitt. I can't remember who was saying that to me, but I just thought it was really funny as well, because I've been talking about audio quality with a few people for a few days now.
Come here, I'm gonna have to shoot and go to Claire.
Go on, Judy, thank you so much.
I'm really glad that I got to join you for the few seconds, and I can't wait to listen back next Monday. Bye everyone. See you later.
Best of luck. Bye. I think it makes a character real when they're eating on screen. I think people, you know, it kind of just shows you, as obviously if the sound guy is good and it's not in your mouth and you're for the ASMRs there, like.
And actually, so I obviously like talk about restaurants when I'm traveling and stuff, and my reels that have me eating at the end of them rather than just the food and the venue always do much better.
Interesting.
Now, they don't hear the noise of me eating, because it's normally me doing a voiceover and music. But yeah, people want to see. It's like, this is the way I describe it, is like I off sugar. But I actually get this really weird pleasure of watching someone else enjoy a piece of cake. And I don't know.
That's how I feel about cigarettes too, Shan.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, the cigarettes. You go to someone, you can blow the smoke past my nose. Do you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm like, no, you have it. That would, you know, it's like giving someone a gift, isn't it? So and actually, the sound of people eating doesn't really bother me that much. It really bothers Lee. So I bought him loops for his birthday. That go in your ear to take out noise. But
they're fantastic.
But yeah, and I think there's loads of people actually on TikTok that all they do is eat.
Yeah, ASMR. I think they're called mukbangs, aren't they?
Weird.
Like people just sit there and eat a cake, looking at the camera, like with the audio.
I can feel my stomach turning.
Jen loves it.
Yeah.
Jen,
Just
after all this now, you've done how many days of social media video content, and now you're back on the YouTube. You're doing 100 days, which I'm delighted you are, and well done, because I still couldn't bring myself doing that. Do you have any teach me moments for people where you think, right, I wish I knew that from the very get-go? Is it a matter of just
I feel like
getting it done?
every day I'm like, oh, I wish I knew that for yesterday. I wish I knew that for yesterday. And then I look back at the first few videos and I'm like, oh God, that's chronic. Unless it's a video that I've sat down to record in my studio space, then I feel very comfortable with making a little, like the first video that I put out, the 100K, the story of the 100K on Instagram. That felt very easy to do. I was in like my own environment. I knew how to control the sound. I knew how to control everything. But what I'm trying to do now with this next 100 days is like, how do I slow things down? How do I get better at storytelling? And how do I control my equipment in any environment? And it's really hard. And it's really hard to even just come up with ideas. My video today is actually, I'm sick shit of vlogging.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I need new
Were
ideas.
you smart now where you left a few days for yourself? Did
No,
you record 2 or 3
Doing it
and then not put them out, and then you're literally going day to day? Like, so the likes of Casey
day to
now, he
day?
would have done it where he left 2 or 3 days at the start and then started uploading, where he was 3 or 4 days behind.
Yeah, I probably will do that at some point when I'm looking better someday and get a few different jumpers out
Yeah.
and do that. But as it stands right, but I never did that for my Instagram. But I'm learning it's obviously a completely different kettle of fish with YouTube, because it's a longer piece. Now, that being said, I'm managing to, and it probably shows in the quality as well, but I don't know if slowing down is in my best in my best interest, as in like it should be a good thing to do for me, because I'm turning around the edits in like half an hour.
Okay.
And actually I'm learning to do it faster, potentially not better. And I think for YouTube, I need to learn to do it better, not faster. Instagram, I needed to learn how to do it faster. Whereas YouTube, I think I need to learn how to do it slower and better. Why are these balloons popping up for me? It's a celebration.
I don't think that's true in that way. Like, I watch your vlogs. I think they're grand. They're vlogs. I'm not expecting sick edits and sick cuts. Like, I know Casey and I said, and all, you're watching those boys now and stuff. They make unbelievable edits, but Casey's been doing this for 10 years, more.
Yeah, and I've been doing it for 8 days, but
yeah,
I still think yeah, but I still think, I think there's still merit to me taking a day where I have more time to sit down and do a solid hour and a half editing and just take my time and actually go through it properly, I think is what I'm getting at. I still think that, as I move through the days, I'm learning little tricks like, oh, I don't need to be a sound mixer. I can just download a long 10-minute track and cut it down a bit. And, that saves me, that actually saves me more time than anything else, to be totally honest. But yeah, it's just the small things like that are great to learn when you're trying to edit fast. But I also would like to be better at that, transitioning audio, matching the clip, like doing it all right. I think I just need to put in a bit of planning to a few videos down the line to really focus on that side.
You'll get there, 100%.
Yeah.
Shan, I know you taught us the sharing the screen scenario. Do you have anything else you think people would like to know? Is there any other tips or tricks you have when you're doing the try-ons or anything like that? Like, do you always carry a tripod with you? Like, is that kind of stuff? Is there anything like that you think people should know? Should a business owner have a tripod? Should they have an iPad? Like this kind of stuff. What do you think?
Yeah. So the first thing I say is everybody goes out and buys a ring light, and I don't think you need a ring light. I have now the just small clip-on light for emergencies if I need it. It clips on my laptop. It clips on my phone. It's €30 for a really good quality one, but you can get them for a tenner. I do think a bit of lighting. I carry my Rode mics actually in my handbag all the time, because just in case I'm in a scenario where I think it will be good content and the sound is bad, then I can always just plug them in. So they're always charged and they're always in my bag. But I don't use them an awful lot.
They plug into your phone, don't they, directly?
Yeah, they just plug into my phone directly. And it's just so simple. My biggest thing that I don't leave the house without is my pack, my battery pack. This was really expensive. but I get 4 charges out of it. It charges my laptop, my phone, whatever. And it was the best money I ever spent. It goes everywhere with me. Because there is nothing worse than starting to create something and then you run out of battery.
Shan,
yeah.
How'd you get on with the Insta360?
It is here. And I can't get it to connect to my Bluetooth.
Oh, it doesn't connect via Bluetooth.
Well, I downloaded the app and I went through all the instructions of the app.
Yeah.
But it just would not connect.
Oh, if you have the USB-C cable the charger that I gave you to plug into it, I think you can just plug it into your laptop. I think you can just pull them off that way as well.
No, but I can't get it to connect to the phone. I don't even know if I'm taking any footage. I can't see anything.
Oh, I get you. It won't connect. As soon as the blue light is flashing, it's definitely recording and saving stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't connect to my phone, so then I couldn't see what it was recording.
Oh,
which it's recording 360 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Because in the app, you can literally move the camera to what's happening. It's very confusing, to be honest. I don't have much experience with them, but it's recording 360 degrees no matter what. So if you hold it here, it's getting the entire room. So in the app, you can then move the lens to your face talking, or you can move it to the person over here or to that.
Yes.
Because it's literally recording the entire thing.
Yeah. So if I could get it to link with the app, then I could
next time I see you, I'll connect it to the app on your phone.
I did try. I tried for the whole week before Malta, and then I took it to Malta and I was like, I will do it. I'm determined. And then I just between the weather and that, I was like, I give up. So I haven't actually used it yet. But next time we see each other, I'm going to have to get you to help me, and then I will definitely give it a go. In fact, we have to do it before I go on my next trip, because I'm going on an amazing trip in June with all my girlfriends. So that would be hilarious. I want to get all of that.
We might do a meetup. The 4 of us might do a meetup. Yeah, we might do a meetup. The 4 of us have lunch or something. Shan, when you shoot your content and stuff, like the reel you put out this morning on the cinematic one, what did you edit on?
Oh, Insta.
Oh, you use the Instagram. Okay, perfect. And
I do use CapCut a lot more these days, but Insta is just speed for me.
A teachable moment for me was what I learned, lads. The fucking templates in CapCut are phenomenally good.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they're so good. They're so high quality. They're ridiculously good. So download CapCut. It's free. Literally type in look at the templates and just put your videos in. Jesus Christ, it's very good.
And actually, I used a really nice CapCut template. I've used a couple, but I put one up on LinkedIn, which I wouldn't normally do this week. Just with all the different kind of stuff that I do, because people get so confused by what I actually do for a living. So I just did a who am I and it's like a film reel of presenting and everything.
Yeah, it's class. Highly recommend getting it.
Yeah, it's great. CapCut is brilliant.
They know what they're doing, don't they? They really do. Who owns them, Jen? Do you know who owns them? It's not Adobe.
I don't know. I don't know who owns CapCut. But what is interesting is that they seem to have a pretty deep partnership with TikTok. As in, even in the ads manager.
Okay, yeah, that's the whole thing is embedded. Yeah.
Yeah, it's embedded. So even in the ads manager, when you're setting up ads for TikTok, you get the opportunity to lean into CapCut's editing abilities within TikTok and vice versa. So there's some really interesting integrations there. That's just a side note. I don't know who owns them.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, Judie fucked off, so let's say goodbye to her. But thank you all so much for listening. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do have any questions about quality of content, be sure to reach out to any of us. We got a few suggestions for some episodes. Thank you so much. We put it out on social media. If you're not following the page, make sure to check out the Unbranded podcast page, because we're always throwing out topics or what you want us to discuss, all this kind of stuff. So do check it out. Leave where you're listening to right now, right? Open up your phone, check out, and if you're in a car, don't do this because you'll crash. Leave a review, give us a stars, give us feedback. We need all that stuff. We love it, and it really helps the show, so we really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everyone here, and thank you to Aoife as well. And we'll chat to you next week.
Amazing.
Bye.